Should you keep repairing that older car or should you go buy a new one? In this video, we're going to go over a few things to let you look at both sides of the equation as to what's the better choice for you. So let's get into it. So whether you're a car person or not, and if you drive an older car, at some point that car is going to need to be replaced. It will outlive its lifespan and you will have to get another one. But if your car is okay, it's got a little bit of body rust here and there, but nothing major, and the car is safe overall, is it worth replacing? Now, I've had my fair share of used cars, and I've had my fair share of new cars. This being one of them. This was my '05 Malibu that I bought for $1,000, and it didn't need a lot to safety it when I bought it, and I used it for what the purpose that it was just a transition car until I could find something else that I wanted. And I've been fairly lucky buying cars. Just remember, when you're faced with what do I do with my car? Should I keep repairing it or should I buy a new one? There's two people involved, the mechanic and the salesperson. Neither one of those two should ever tell you what is best for you. That is up to you and solely you based on your budget and your finances. So here's a dilemma I'm in. This is my 2013 Sonic. I still have this car today. It's only got about 74,000 miles on it. It's had synthetic oil put in since new, but it is starting to show its age. I found out that I'm going to need to do a few things to it this year, mainly because I don't drive it that much. It probably is wearing out faster than it probably could. It needs a air conditioning condenser, and it needs the timing belt. Okay, so if you decide you want to hold on to your older car a little longer and try and get some more life out of it, maybe stay on top of it mechanically, here are a few things that are going to help, okay? And this is not geared towards most of our subscribers who are mechanically inclined, but we do have some who are kind of on the fence who think they can do it, but they're afraid. Don't be afraid. I'm not saying swap motors. Don't go into anything big starting out, okay? Start on small stuff. That's what the great thing about YouTube is that you can watch a video on YouTube and get the knowledge to know how to do it. I didn't know how to replace a switch in the car once, went onto YouTube. That's why we're here, right? So first example is brakes. You can save a little bit of money. Now, I'm a big believer in Max Brakes off Amazon. I went to go do a video about it and to create some content. I never ended up getting it done. And I made a joke about it saying when I did the first version of the cut, I said I found the cheapest brakes I could find on Amazon. Well, as it turned out, they were phenomenal. It was phenomenal brakes. I'm really happy with them. Max Brakes does not sponsor this channel. I'm just a big fan of their product. Okay, you can get them off Amazon. They're like Power Brake or Power Stop or whatever in the US. There's something similar to that. Anyways, put them on the truck. About a year later, I had to do the rear brakes. Again, I went to Max Brakes, put them on the back. They've been phenomenal. They don't make any noise. Okay. Nice and quiet. They don't warp really fast. I mean, I've had no problems with them. Okay. So, this brake kit is $261. And, the other one that I found here was from Parts Avatar, and it was over $500 for a comparable coated rotor and pad combo. Okay. If you can do it yourself, you can save a lot of money. Okay. I've already showed you the difference between just two brands. There's 40% savings there. That'll help you, save some money, have the car last a little longer, and hopefully, nothing major goes. Now, if anything major goes, you may have to look at replacing it. But learn how to change the oil yourself. Oil goes on sale all the time at local parts suppliers. I pick it up and I save myself 40%. I either do it in the garage or I pay a buddy at a shop to do it for me. And I don't pay, certainly on the truck, it's $160 to do an oil change on the truck. Well, the oil, when it goes on sale, I got to buy 2 jugs. It's like $70. Filters another $18. And I've saved myself a lot of money. So, if you're going to consider buying a used car or keep the car you have, and before I move on to the next part, again, this is really up to your budget and your finances. Nobody can tell you what you should do. Only you know. It's your decision to make as to what the right decision is. But in my case, if a new car is going to run me probably $400 a month. I would say if your repair amount exceeds 1 year of payments, then maybe you should consider going and looking for a new car or another good used car. Okay. In my case, I probably have no more than $3,000 to spend on this car, and the car will be perfect. Okay. The body's fine, everything else low miles. So it doesn't really make sense for me to go out and buy a new car. It's more of needs versus wants. And right now, it's more my need than my want. I don't need to go out and buy a new car. It's just something I've done because my job allows me to afford that monthly payment. Okay, so you've decided that you want to explore looking for another car, well, be it new or used, doesn't matter. Okay, the number one thing you need to do is research. Okay, one thing that we have today that we didn't have years ago is the internet. There are so many car sites that you can use to look up how reliable a car is, what common problems to look for, and that's before you even go check the car. Okay. Now you find the car that you want to go look at, right? Common things, check all the fluids, check these things don't cost you any money. If you're going to a used car lot or a new car lot with a used car, pull the oil dipstick, look at the overall condition of the car, look underneath, look for any, weird damage. And I find the number one thing is bring a friend with you, because sometimes you get caught up in the moment of being so excited to look for that car that you're going to overlook things that somebody who's neutral may catch. And another set of eyes is always a good thing to have. So those are the big things. Okay. If you're not really car savvy and you want a little bit more protection, even though I sometimes don't agree with this, if you're, like for instance, the GM certified used car program, I don't know how much I believe in it, but find out, always do a Carfax report, whatever. Find out if it's a local car. Did it come from the other side of the country? Those kind of things, right? Um, and again, just overall look and make sure it doesn't cost you anything to pull a dipstick, check condition of the car. Where the money's going to come in is pulling the report. Don't rely on the salesperson telling you, oh, this is a local car. Do your research first. If you're a bit more adventurous and you want to buy a used car, you can go to sites like Copart, where you can find cars that are sent to an auction, have clean title, minor dents and scratches. The problem with the Copart part is, again, this is where the adventurous part comes in. You cannot go unless you can go to a physical yard and put eyes on that car. You can't. You can only get limited information, but you can save a lot of money, right? That's on the used car part. On the new car part, again, do your research. I got a lot of comments on the tracks video that we did where, and I'm not a big fan of that motor. I'll be honest, if that motor had a 4-cylinder naturally aspirated engine in it with no turbo, it would probably be sitting in my garage. Well, my reservation is with that turbo small 3-cylinder. I have a lot of reservations for that. So do your homework on the car. Find out, have people had a lot of problems with it? Join Facebook groups. Facebook groups doesn't matter. There's a Facebook group out there for just about every car they make. Okay. I started mine next year will be 25 years, believe it or not. Where we started out, we weren't even on Facebook. And now, about 5 years after the group got going, we started it, or 5-10 years after we started a Facebook group. And there's a lot of new owners that come in and get valuable information because they're surrounded by other enthusiasts. Now, this is for our Camaro and Firebird Club, and I know that that's a bit different. But again, going back to my Sonic, there are Sonic groups out there. I learned a lot of things in the Sonic group when I was trying to figure out small wonky things, why I kept going through stabilizer links, for example. Everybody was telling me get rid of they put plastic ones on. They said get rid of those, go to the steel ones, because the plastic ones kept breaking for some reason. It's stupid things like that you're going to learn. It's valuable information. Hey guys, if you made it this far in the video, make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Really appreciate all the support for the channel in 2024. I hope you guys had an amazing Christmas. We've updated the channel page to make it. I finally come up with a logo that I'm really happy with. So we're rolling with that, and hopefully the dealer's got an investor or something that you guys want to see within the next 4, 5, 6, 7 days that I can get onto the channel. But I really appreciate all the support in 2024. Getting a lot of subscribers and a lot of views, and none of that's possible without you.